Good timing, oh yes. Great timing. You lucky devil. This is worth 18 submarines. Come on, Mama, let the good times roll.
So everybody meets up back together on the other side of the scrap hill. Few scrapes and bruises here and there or whatever, but everybody's accounted for.
It's all good. So what's on the other side of this little avalanche?
Well, it's about like a 15-foot radius kind of clearing, but then there's like a path and it goes around a turn, so you can't see around. Do you guys press on?
There's only one path along from here, and we don't actually see.
One forward path.
I thought we'd go to a restaurant. Really, just this is.
Yeah, let's just climb back over that pile again. I mean, Scrap's all for it. That was just a nice little jaunt over there. But you said it's like a 15-foot radius. Is there anything like in the path between us?
Just a big field,
or is it just open field? And then I have to start questioning: are we about to hear boss music?
Yeah, is Randall out there?
Randall?
Oh.
No, where you're at is mostly dirt besides the big pile of junk on behind you and then the big walls of junk on either side of you.
It's looking like a boss arena.
Uh-oh. I'm always wary of big open areas. But yeah. I mean, Scrap will press forward.
I pulled out my gun and make sure it's loaded.
That's a good idea.
And I train it on the back of the rat's head. He's been
I don't blame you.
He's been the bounty all along.
I knew it. I knew I couldn't trust this Reggie guy.
Okay, fine. So you guys, you press forward a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The path narrows and then opens up around a turn to a much larger area.
So there wasn't anything in the first big area.
Well, I mean, I feel like 15 feet isn't that
well,
big. I feel
you
like
said radius,
yeah,
so that's really
that's 30 feet across.
It's not that big. I feel like, that's one That's one move. You guys can do that.
It's just still pretty open.
Like,
I mean, that's me running. That's a lot of ground to cover.
I thought that's walking. Like,
It's
you can
walking.
walk 30
It's walking.
in 6 seconds.
Running is 4
Like,
times your
this is-
movement.
I mean,
I can walk 30 feet in 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Can I do that?
I saw a video of a guy who was like, oh, let's test D&D logic. And he just made, he blew the glass vials for, potions and filled them up with Kool-Aid.
oh,
He's
is
like-
that the one where he tries to walk the distance and pull out of his backpack and drink it?
And he even had his friends just sit around at a table and be like, okay, you got 6 seconds. Drink this. Not a one person can down all the contents of that Kool-Aid in 6 seconds.
Let
he's-
alone,
Without puking.
whatever else they're going to do.
Yeah.
Pull it out of the backpack, walk 30 feet.
Yeah. No, I think we've vastly overestimated what our characters can achieve.
Okay.
I was like whatever that zombie game was where you're in a mall trying to help your kid from.
Oh, fuck it.
Yeah. Anyway, point is, you down a fuck ton of orange juice every boss you cross, like it would make you sick. That's
Okay.
the heal.
Fable 2, you could eat food to restore health, but it makes you fat.
Yeah, it's it's the second
Yes.
one. I never played any other ones. Zombies are outbreaking. It's a political thing more than really a danger usually, but now it's a danger right now because they're all over the mall and you need Zombaid for your child or something.
Oh, that's Dead Rising.
There we go.
That's it.
Yeah, she's got.
I only played the first one. I never played any of the other Dead Risings.
The second one's fun. I have no reference for that because I never played any of the other ones. So the bosses are impossible.
Mm.
I don't know how they expect you to really did you play your own game?
Cheese.
Probably not. It's kind of that's.
I
I
expect you to cheese.
I cheesed it pretty fucking hard when that motorcyclist came around. I just kind of wedged him into some palm trees.
Oh, you need some markers to draw out a map and
No, I don't
figures.
think a map will be necessary.
You gotta draw
Like,
it
No.
30 feet.
like I said, this area is so large, it's practically just that board, so I'm just going
Gotcha.
to put figures on the board.
Okay, that works. Are there obstacles in the area?
No, there's nothing for me to. It's a big open area.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nothing to hide behind, nothing
a
to trip
couple-
over.
Like it's 100 feet or more one way.
oh,
and
okay,
like
wow.
75 or more the other way.
Okay, wow.
Like,
Yeah, this is definitely where I want to pull out the meme. Why do I hear boss music? Why do I hear boss music?
We should probably pay him the money.
what figures are we using?
I don't remember.
Mostly those figures, I think.
That's him. That's him.
That's mine.
That's
Yeah.
him. What's cat?
Another figure in there? You can just
Just
pick one?
any other figure that we've been using.
Yeah. Big ol' axe.
I mean, you are the big bruiser of our group, basically. Everybody else is like
I don't
quick
remember
ranged.
I don't remember how big I am.
You're not very large, but you do pull out big metal fists and
Mhm.
punch things.
Yep.
I think I just gave him a lot of constitution.
So how are we arranged in this? Is a good question.
Okay, well, I guess I'm going to go from my perspective. This is like your little 15-foot area, there's 30-foot area that you guys walked around the corner.
Okay.
So, yeah. Just if you guys want to make a specific, like, marching order, I guess, that's up to you. I know you said you kind of, like, made it seem like you're in the front. You tend to be in the back.
Yeah, I think that's how it went.
I don't know. You guys can move around if you want.
Jake went through the hallway first. So it probably.
Will usually has been following up the rear.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if we just do one of those and put that guy back up there, and nothing about that.
And now Dusty's got to look for a larger figure for whatever he's about to put down.
Mm-hmm.
We got some.
No, I don't need a bigger figure.
Okay.
I'll just use one of the,
One of our gene stealers.
one gene stealer from 40K.
Hey, Steve, in the latest South Park episode, they play 40K and they literally just Photoshop the figures. Like, they do the
Yeah.
top set, they Photoshop the figures on there.
I'm not surprised.
And just like, Stan, go get my wallet. Okay, after the psycher phase, Dad.
I've never played the actual tabletop of
It looks too involved,
it
much like
really
the rest of
I have watched
You said you made a
plays.
whole squadron.
No, I
Damn.
made a fleet when I was trying to play Battlefleet Gothic. I had never played the Warhammer, which is the land-based one. And the problem is that when I got that whole fleet, I had only played a couple of times and nobody had fleets to play with me against. So I never got into the actual armies one because that was way too many units. I'm like, you know what? I can spend a little bit on a couple ships than I can on entire battalions.
So I feel like those kind of games, the land-based military games, it's just like, what if we gave our chess pieces guns? It's just all I can see. From
I never even I watched some dudes at old readers try play it, and as soon as they were like, okay, movement phase, and they all pulled out
A
tiny
ruler.
tape measures,
Yep.
and they're like, I can move 3 inches with this unit, which means he can get to here, but that would get him in the way of this one's movement, so that one's gonna move over here. I'm like, you're doing what now?
You think they would have designed a nice board that's like readable for movement in terms of that? Just-
Well, that's just the problem is the fact that it's modular layout. Like you make up your own battlefields at the time.
That's apparently what I saw a video of a guy who was freaking out about what was that? Hasbro made a thing that was basically Warhammer, but it was like all like little hexagons that you could build out, and you like
Mhm.
bought the.
Okay.
It wasn't Hero Clicks. It was before Hero Clicks. It was something else like Hero Scape or something.
That sounds like a thing.
I mean, I've heard of HeroClix, and HeroScape sounds like something I've heard of before.
And like the whole thing, like when you would buy like a kit, it would come with a bunch of hexagons of that. It's like, oh, this is dirt, this is this is water,
So
and
how
you
do
would just build it all out.
How do you decide? Who decides the battlefield then? Like,
Mostly, a lot of times, like you and your opponents will probably just like get props and setups and such for it, and you'll set up how you both agree to witch it, or maybe they'll have someone else make up the battlefield, and they'll usually have like objective markers for like holding positions, I believe. As I haven't played the ground-based one in a long time. I've tried watching some guys who do play it. I'm like, hey, they're really into it, and I like and I very much love the IP and the universe of Warhammer 40k. But I'm not sure how entertaining the tabletop is if you're not actually into the tabletop. So, but as I said, I don't know all the exact specific rules for it. I love the universe. I love the ability to actually turn that into like, a role-playing game kind of a thing. I love the narratives of it, but I don't know enough about the actual tabletop game rules.
I prefer just the video game version of it, just because it's doing all the movement and math for me, so I don't have to spend so much time.
I think I remember saying something to you about that the other day, a few weeks ago. Like, almost any tabletop game, like, if it were just easy for them to throw together a AAA game based around it, well, then I'd rather just be playing the game.
Baldur's Gate 3!
I'm never going to get 6 friends together often enough for me to play all the games I want to play. Like, because we're reading Dresden Files and Vampire the Masquerade, and there's so many, like...
Oh, you mean, okay.
He's talking about, like, actual tabletop role.
I thought you were like, I'm never going to be able to play all these, like, games that I want. I was like, we got shelves of board games we play every week, bro.
No, I'm saying, but there's not enough time and friends, and there's not...
None
we
enough
all have
friends.
jobs.
We need more friends.
Right? Like, you can't... It's not...
It's the whole... It's time management.
That's why I got you both that Pathfinder game. Let's play some
Which I still haven't gone past much.
It's tabletops for people without friends.
Yeah.
Because
I was telling him the other day, I said, what if, like, sometime soon somebody makes an AI that you can play D&D with, and then you don't need friends?
Baldur's Gate 3. Divinity Original Sin. Just play this. I mean, yeah, they're self-contained stories, but...
Yeah, I'm not sure if I fucked it up. See, I don't have finger grip, apparently.
No, and that's...
well, when you guys come into the clearing, do people want to make a... Does anybody want to make a perception for me?
Yeah! Shit's scary out there.
I'm gonna do... I'm gonna make a perception check as well, but, well, you go ahead. You already rolled. Plus, you can see over me.
That's just the figure. I don't think I'm that tall.
It doesn't matter.
14.
I'm that short.
I mean, that's true.
I'm only like 3 feet tall.
That's true. I forgot you're like...
All of you can see over me.
14 to see over the rat.
Well, that's good enough. Yeah. At the other side of the clearing, you're going to notice, aside from the walls of junk, is a crumpled hover truck, a large hover truck, like a semi, but sci-fi semi.
Do the pioneers
Optimus
ride those
Prime?
babies for miles?
Yeah, it's got a big rubber duck on the hood. Yeah, it's, so,
and now I'm
was
thinking
crushed
of
long ago by an unknown accident. It sits at the edge of a wide chasm. I guess that's what they're calling this big open area, chasm.
Oh, chasm.
I wouldn't use
Chasm
that word
of
because it
trash.
implies hole. But you're not going to fall down any chasms.
Oh, it's about to come to life, and we're gonna have to
No,
go
we're
through that
already
weird
in
Stephen
the hole
King.
of the junk.
The trailer is dented but intact.
Christine?
Through any
Like,
word,
where's the
though
Maybe.
any words or logo painted on the side have long since faded, the vehicle lists to the side as it rests unevenly on dormant hover jets. Can I see a list of skills? Can somebody?
I don't know. Can you?
Maybe I'm a 3rd grade teacher.
It's Mrs. Walters to you.
Is there not like a history, or do they call that?
It would probably be culture.
Yeah, it's culture.
Your last Is your female last name Walter?
I don't know. I just came up with a random third grade
The
teacher
people who
name.
see the
I'm just
truck,
curious.
can you make a
That just
culture
happened to be
check
so
for me?
close to your actual name.
Culture
Look,
check.
I don't know what you want from me.
Wait. Oh, I have no culture.
What are you? A
Oh,
white
God.
person?
Yeah,
17.
I ain't got
have
it.
all the culture.
Yeah. Mine would just be a straight roll. 15.
And what was your perception check on it?
Oh, I didn't. Hang on. Let me see if I can see it. Perception check is 21.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, so so he definitely sees it
So-
too. Good. Well, since his sight on it was a little better, I'll let you know, and your culture check was fine, that since you can make out, since your good vision can make out the faded paint on the side of this truck, you notice that this is a Thasteron truck. Like it was a fuel truck.
Oh, that's
of
the
its
shit,
time.
and because that's the shit that we used to
like
fuel our
highly
drive.
radioactive space fuel.
Right.
So the radioactiveness has made a weird big bug, which apparently hasn't happened in previous mating seasons, because I feel like it would have fucked up the truck, but somehow we're just lucky enough to find it today.
Are we saying this truck fucked things?
No, it's just got weird radioactive shit, and the things that we've been fighting
Well, I don't know.
eat
is that-
garbage, so apparently...
Is
there a
Thasteron
nature
radioactive?
check? Can you guys do nature checks for me now too? I guess.
Nature?
The nature of this
Yeah,
truck?
the ones who are sharing this information.
I
all
guess
each other.
that would be what, maybe survival?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there not a nature?
It's either that or a physical science. I don't know. Or life science.
Life
Life
science.
Life
Maybe
science.
life science.
Yeah, life science probably.
Ugh, I don't really have anything. I lucked out on the
Yeah,
my
actually,
culture
just,
check.
Just
I
a
don't-
moment while I double check, because it probably does call it out specifically. Sometimes it does. Sometimes.
Yeah, I got lucky with my culture check. I don't know if I can pull that luck again with life science. We know me and dice rolls.